Stuka Joe here. Some people have asked me, how is it that you film the episodes of the B-17 Queen of the Skies video log? What equipment do you use? What techniques do you use? And I could probably write it down, but it would be very long, boring, and completely useless. So I said to myself, let's film a video about the filming of an episode. And the next episode is episode 10. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on these sunglasses, which are actually a video camera here. This is the pivot head camera, and I'm going to film myself playing and filming episode 10. So if you watch the whole thing here, that's going to last about 40 minutes, you'll see a substantial part of episode 10. You're going to have a little preview. But this video, the one with the pivot head camera, is going to concentrate on the aspects of what do I do to shoot each one of the scenes. So for those of you that are interested in those aspects of videoing war games, I hope it is really helpful. So without further ado, this is the filming of episode 10 of the B-17 Queen of the Skies video log. Okay, before we start, let me show you the equipment that I use. This is the iPhone 5 camera. I use always a protective rubberized cover because it can fall when you're filming these shots. It is held to the tripod, which is the Mini D tripod. And I think this costs about $15 to $20. What's holding the camera to the tripod is the jellyfish square. And I like this particular holder because it holds the camera from these two sides, which would be here top and bottom. Other holders hold the camera from these two sides with the problem of hitting this button and turning the camera off, or blocking the jack for the microphone. I like to use the microphone in various other videos that I'm shooting. I'm not using it for this one. When I use a microphone, I use this microphone, which I purchased on eBay for about $15. It is not powered, but it works really well. It's an omnidirectional microphone. You clip this to your shirt and it works perfectly fine. I got it from this company, www.mychronic.co.uk, and it cost about $15. So you see, the only thing that is expensive is the iPhone camera, and that's the equipment that I use. So we have already our mission chart here. So we have to determine first target city, target type, and our position. I've already placed, you're familiar with this, is the debriefing blackboard. So we're going to roll on the tables, and it's the green table here. So we would take, for example, for mission target, we're here in mission 10, so it's on this table here. So we roll a die, and I have a house rule not to repeat the same target 2 times in a row. 6, it's going to be ruin. So I pick up this deck here, and hopefully ruin will be among the first. Let's see, here it is, the railway at ruin. And since we rolled a 6, I'll place that here. Now we have to roll for bomber position, and bomber position will be here, and we roll 2 dice. Let's roll here for bomber position, and that's an 8. And an 8's going to be in the middle. So here's a middle position. And now we roll for the squadron position. And that's 1 die. You can high, middle, or low. And we got high. High is not bad. Could be worse. Could be low, like the last 2 missions. So still, I haven't filmed anything, really. What I normally do now is I take... This is the iPhone camera. This is filming myself here. This is how dumb I look with this on. Now, okay, now we're looking at the board here. In the real series, you won't see this part of the scene because I show you a PowerPoint film, which I make, but I need this information. So what I do is I'll just record like 4-minute clips. So when I play it back in the computer over there, it helps me make the PowerPoint presentation. So here you go. Okay, we have that already. Now we go to the parts that you will see in the video. The first thing is we go here to the strategic movement board. And here we see our bomber. And now comes the part of where is the target, and we show where the target is. Where is the target? Ruin. Okay, it's here. So let's center here. And that is in zone 4, actually, ruin. Okay. So what you would see me do is the following. I'm going to hit the start button here. You'll always see me doing this. It's the autofocus of the camera. So here we go. The audio, I will overdub it, so don't worry about that. You will see me saying, here's the target in zone 4, ruin. I hit the pause button, and then what I do is we're going to consult the flight log gazetteer. And you see here, let's take a look at where ruin is. Ruin is here. So it's in zone 2, there's a -2 modifier. In zone 3, a -1, and in zone 4, a 0. So we would write down, first, let me write down the middle position here. And the squadron position is high, so there's no modification. So it's going to be those same modifiers. -2 in zone 2, -2 and over water, -1 over water, 0 over France. And that is what you see in the series with these markers here. 0 over France, so ruin's going to be 0 here. And you're going to see, what was it? -2. -2. And the next one would be a -1. And I would have to get that from here. Here's a -1. So the next thing you see in the video, I would do something like this. Let's talk about the German resistance. Resistance will be low to average here in the zone where ruin is. So there's a likelihood of a couple of fighter waves here. Boom. And now we talk about our fighter cover, which by this time it is variable. So we use these generic markers. And we say, and we go, fighter cover will be variable in all 3 zones, so don't depend on it, blah, blah, blah. That's what I would say there, right? Okay. Hit the pause button again. And then I take all this out. And then I go, so bomb the target and get back to base as soon as possible. Good luck. There you go. The next scene you will see is the B-17, the footage when it's taking off, right? So now we would go to show, I always show a shot of the crew at the beginning of the mission when they're all happy and jolly with no casualties. So I use this platform here because I like to slide it to get a nice overall view of the crew. So I put the camera here. I hit the autofocus, and then I start moving it down, sometimes even before I start filming. So here I'm showing the crew, and it's a nice slow shot there. There you go. And now the next thing is the bomber moves. So we put our bomber there. This time we're going in this direction, so I'll make sure we can show ruin there. Here we go. Okay, so I'll record like a 3-second shot with the bomber there. 1, 2, 3. And since I overlap with the clips one on top of the other to create the vanishing and appearing effect, now I move the bomber 1 zone and I say, oops, so no, I don't do that. That's a mistake. I'll fix that. I move the bomber into zone 1. And our bomber enters, it's out of focus. You gotta watch out. Okay, let's do it again. It has to be in focus. So I'll move it here. There you go. And our bomber enters the protection of zone 1, right? Nothing happens, the Germans can't attack there, so now we move bomber to zone 2. Our bomber enters zone 2. Now we roll for fighter cover, and we put this tab here, and we will roll on table G5, right? And G5 is right here. So we roll a die, and it is 4, it's going to be fair. So we go fighter cover is fair, right? Is fair. A couple of seconds, and we take this off and leave the marker there, because the next thing we're going to roll is if the Germans send any waves there. So now we put this tab here, and we apply the modifier that we have here, which is the -2, and we have our -2 here. Put it here, and we go, the Germans have to roll one die, and we consult this yellow, or what they call buff chart here. It's going to be here, table B1. We roll a die, 1 minus 2, it's 1, so it's going to be none. So the Germans don't send any fighter waves, so I would go fail to send any fighter waves to intercept. So I take all this out, and I film a couple of more seconds. Nothing happens. They don't intercept. And now I film a little more. 1, 2. It's going to move into the next zone. Now I move our bomber to zone 3, and I say, and our bomber enters zone 3. Now we have to roll for fighter cover once again. So we do the same thing again. We place the see if I can grab it first. There you go. Okay, now we determine the fighter cover for this zone. So we roll again here in G5. And it's fair. So put the die here, get the fair marker, and place it here. And we say, fighter cover is fair. Now we take this out. And then we look for the number of German waves that will attack. This is a non-target zone. Place this marker here. And the modifier for zone 3 is -1. So we place this marker here. And the Germans send, roll one die, you consult this table here with a -1. 6 minus 1, 5. They send one fighter wave. So we place the 6 here. Film for 2 or 3 seconds. Take it out, and then we put one fighter wave. And we can place it here. And we say that the Germans send one fighter wave after the bomber formation. Get it closer. And we overlap each slide, so it has like a moving effect when we edit. So now it makes contact. We're going to zoom in a little bit more. And there's the contact. And now we would go to the scene where we determine the composition of the fighter waves. We use this, the blue table has nothing behind it, so we use it as a background. And we get the B3 tab here. Zoom out. There you go. We're going to roll a 2-digit number. Using the red die as the first digit. Here in attacking fighter waves, there's a 1 in a 6 chance of no attackers, and 1 in 36 chance of a random event. So here we go. It's a 42. So we place it here, and 42 is 2 109s 12 o'clock level, and 130 high. So it's two 109s. You can use these two here. There you go. And we film that part. Like 4 or 5 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, this zone here is zone 3. Zone 3 is over water, right? It's over water, so we don't use this map. We use the water map. Get it here. The water background. Let's put our bomber here, right? Here you go. We write down the 42 here in the mission log. This is zone 3. 42 would be here. Shouldn't have put that line there. 42. And it's 42, two 109s. 12 o'clock level, 1 and 130 high. Okay, we have a high one here and a level one here. 130 high, 12 o'clock level. So we place it there. And now we extend the legs of our tripod. And we're gonna zoom back till we have both fighters visible there. Can bring this one a little bit here. And now we show them. I usually leave about 3 seconds per fighter, so it can be 6 seconds. Boom, there you go. And now we roll for the effect of our fighter cover, and it is fair, so I have a card for that. Here it is, fair fighter cover. So we can place that, let's place it here. I can't see it there, let's place it here. Fair fighter cover. And what we're going to use is the table that the map board brings. We're going to roll, where is it? Fighter cover here. Fair fighter cover. And the first number is the number of fighters that it scares away, right? So first we film. And our fighter cover. Now we roll. Let's see what happens. Oh, 6 is very good. It scares both of them away, 2. So we put the 6 there. And it scares both German fighters away. So now what I do is I move them a little bit. And I film a couple of seconds. 1, 2, out. Move them again. Film a couple of seconds. 1, 2, and out. And 1, 2, and out. And I just take everything out. I just leave the bomber there alone. I can zoom in the bomber a little bit. There you go. Cool. So that's the end of that fighter wave. There was no combat actually there. We cross it off here. And that was the only fighter wave. So we practically reset everything. Take it out of here. We can take the fair cover out because it's irrelevant right now. And now we're going to film the bomber moving one more zone. So we bring our camera. The legs back to short position. We're going to ruin. So ruin is we're getting close to the target. There you go. So we film a couple of more seconds there. 1, 2, boom. And now we move it to zone 4, ruin. And since it's overlaps, it's going to give the sensation of movement. And this is the target zone. So now we have to check for weather over the target. So we place this tab here. And okay, here we go. And the weather over the target is, and we roll 2 dice on this table here. Weather over target zone. So we roll 2 dice. 5, 4 through 10 is good. And we take our good weather marker. Let's place it in the same zone here at least. Right, there you go. Weather is good. 2, 3. Now we remove these and film a couple of seconds more. 1, 2. Okay. Now we check for fighter cover. So there you go. And we go fighter cover. Roll again here. See how the fighter cover is. Higher the better. Ah, poor. That sucks. Okay. You get a pour marker. Here it is. It's pour. Leave it there for a couple of seconds. Take this out. And we film a couple of more seconds. And now we roll for the German waves over the target zone. So that's the B-2. There is the B-2. Okay, you gotta find it. B-2. Now here it is. So we place this here. The modifier from our mission chart is 0. So we grab the 0 marker and we roll a die, red die. And the Germans send, see, roll a die and consult here, B-2 for 2 waves. Not good. So we put the 4 here. Film like 4 seconds. And now we're going to put the 2 waves, one behind the other, coming to attack our bombers. There you go. And here we go. 2, 3, 4. And now they're getting closer. And again, about 3 or 4 seconds. And now the contact shot. Here this one makes contact. And the other one slightly behind. And we zoom in. And that's the part that we say, and the first wave makes contact, right? So now we're going to determine the composition of the wave. We use this again as a background. And we place it here. There you go. B-3 attacking fighter waves. And we roll 2 dice as a 2-digit number. Let's see. And roll it here. B-3. Red number first. 44. It's 2 190s and a 109 and a 110. It's 4. Jesus, this is bad. 2 190s, a 109 and a 110. So 2 190s. I have to zoom out a little bit here. Got a lot of planes. 2 190s. These are not 190s. 2 190s. There you go. There you go. A 109 and a 110. A 109 and a 110. See how that looks. Let's put the 110 over something at least, so it doesn't look so flat. There you go. Okay, and it's 44, so we put the die roll there. Here we go. And we say 2 190s, a 109, and a 110. Right? And this is over water because we're in zone, no, actually, we're in zone 4. This is over France, so we don't use this background. We use the one with land here. So put it here. Put our bomber here in the middle. We write down that 44 here. So 44 is, again, 2 190s, 1 high at 12 o'clock and one low. So here's the high one. And the low one is this one. And actually, that's not the low one. This is a level one. The low one would be one really close to the... There you go. And then we have 130 level. A 109 is 130 level. And then we would have 6 o'clock low, the 110. 6 o'clock low, 110 goes there. And we stretch out the legs. And of course we got to move this up. This takes a little time sometimes. Okay, move it up a little. There we go. Put the planes back again. There we go. Make sure this doesn't show up. Now we fix this. Make sure we cover everything. And can't see everything, so let's get this closer. Still can't see everything. Okay, a bit more here. There you go. Now it's better. There you go. It takes a while sometimes to. There you go. Okay. Since I have 4 planes, I'm going to shoot for 8 seconds. So in the video, you'll see it moving from one plane to the other. 7, 8. E. And we have our poor fighter cover to see if it drives by chance any plane. We put this card here. And that table's actually, I think it's the M4 table, right? Fighter cover defense. I think the first time I always put it there so you know what table I'm using. And that table is here. So we say, you can zoom and say, poor fighter cover, roll a die. Oh, we got a 6. It scared one plane away. So we roll that here, poor fighter cover in zone 4. And I put this as a reminder. Scares one plane away. What I do then is to determine which plane it scares away. Let me film a couple of seconds. I roll a die the lowest number, and I don't show that in the video. Lowest numbered plane runs away. 3, 1, 2, and 5. So it's the 130 plane is leaving. So what I would do is show here some movement with the 130 plane. 1, 2. And I'd say the 130 Bandit is driven off by our fighters. Okay, so now we have 3 fighters left, right? 2, 3. And now what I do is I show our gunners, let's get this back, getting ready to fight. So I have to shrink the legs here, and another close-up. And start moving. This is a quicker shot. It's just to show everybody before the battle. Okay, now now comes a part where we select who shoots at what aircraft. And this game is criticized because of not many situations where you decide things. But here is one in which you do have to make a decision. See, we have 3 German fighters, and we have among our crew Of the 10 crewmen, 8 are gunners. But not everybody can fire at all directions, so you have to choose. For example, we have this 12 o'clock high bandit. We look here, and the top turret man and the nose gunner can fire. Let's say we're going to put the nose gunner to fire to that against that plane. Then we have the 12 o'clock low. The ball turret and the nose gunner can fire. The nose gunner is already committed to the high fighter, so we're going to have the ball turret pilot fire at the low. So we have to choose. The top turret man can fire at any of those two. So I'm going to choose the top turret gunner to fire at the high bandit. Okay, now we have the 6 o'clock low bandit here, and only the ball turret and the port waist gunner can fire at no wait, that's wrong. It's 6 o'clock low. Here, the ball turret and the tail gunner can fire. Obviously the tail gunner is going to fire, and the other one who can fire is the ball turret man, who I have him assigned here low. So what I'll do is I'm going to take my chances. I'll put the ball turret and the tail gunner. No, I'll do this. We'll keep it as it was. There you go. The tail gunner here at the 6 o'clock low, 3, 4, 5, or 6, it's going to be a hit. And the tail gunner, this is a twin machine gun, so he gets a bonus here, a +1. So he has actually a 50-50 chance of destroying it once he hits. So we are hoping that the tail gunner will shoot him down there. Now, the other gunners just can't fire at anybody. So obviously, I don't show you in the videos this part of the decision making because it would be, would slow the video down. So now we're going to resolve the firing. So we're going to have first, and what I'm doing lately, anybody who has an angle at a fighter, they're going to fire at the same time to give them a chance for a shared kill. Top turret and nose gunner. So we have our nose gunner is topping, and we reduce his ammo by 1, so we put a 14 marker here. Let me see. 14, I think, is this one, right? Nope. Let me get this here. 14, 14, 14. You can just find a 14, right? Boy. Here's a 14. Okay. And I like to cross it over here too, just as a second measure here. So nose gun. And we put him here. The first thing I do actually is I film the bomber without the there you go. Without the gunner. So I do like this. A couple of seconds there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'll put the gunners who have an angle at the high fighter. We got topping, and the other one who's firing is the top turret man, Snowman. So we deduct 1 here. It's 19, and he's the top turret man. Here you go, Snowman. Okay, so he's here in the turret. I like to place him a little higher so that. Okay, there you go. So now we're going to film the 2 gunners. We say that both have an angle at the fighter. And now we're going to place their fire markers here. Topping and okay, I think I'll use this one for him. And little thing I do here. There you go. And then I'll just leave it for 3 seconds. And in the video, I put a machine gun sound. 1, 2, 3. And now I roll for each one of them. And Toppin has to roll a 6. This is the 12 o'clock high, right? Toppin, a 6, as well as Snowman. I'm going to roll first for Toppin. He rolls a 1, so he misses. and Snowman. Oh boy, that's terrible. Both missed. So now we show here that we take these off. And this is the part that you'll hear that goes like, and they both missed. Right? Boom. So now we take both off. Now we go to resolve fire against the other fighter. And the other one who has an angle is the ball turret gunner. And this is one of my favorites to film. It's Alex Berry. So I deduct one here and one here. And I put him on this plastic here. Ah, here you go. Don't fall off, okay? And I do is I'm going to backtrack a little bit. Make sure we capture the gunner and the aircraft. Here we go. And we film a little bit without anything. 1, 2, 3. And then we film him moving this way. I think what I'll do here is just move him like this. 1, 2, 3. And we put a marker here that he's firing. And we hold it for about 3 seconds. There you go. And now we roll a die, and he also has to roll 12 o'clock low, right? Ball turret has to be a 6. And this, it makes sense because the gunner is here and the plane's approaching the gunner, so it doesn't have a lot of time. So here we go. Roll for Alex Berry. Another one. Oh man, this is terrible. So he misses, so we'll take that out. But he also misses. Now, film a little bit. 1, 2. And he goes back in. 1, 2. Okay. And we return him to his spot here. And now we have the tail gunner, Charles Cab. He's going to expend 1 point of ammo. So it's now 22. Place a 22 there. And now we show the back part of the plane without anything first. And we show Charles Cab here. 1, 2, 3. And now, well, let me take one off here. But his chances are a lot better because you see the plane's flying forward and the bandit is right behind him. It's not a situation where both are closing in on each other. So here, that's the 6 o'clock low, actually. Yeah, that's the 6 o'clock low. Tail gunner at 110, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So here we go. 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we roll. 5, that's a hit. So what we do is we show, I forgot to show the flash. Let's record the flash. There you go. Boom. Now we record the hit and we leave the flash there and we place a hit marker on top. And that's where we say, and he hits the fighter. And now we have to roll for the effect of the hit. And for that we have one of these brown markers here. Hit damage against fighter, which is table M2. We place it here. And well, that one went off, okay. So now we roll a die, and we're gonna place the result of the die here. And he gets a +1 because it's a twin machine gun. 5, that's a 6, it's destroyed. So now we get one of these explosion markers. And we take off this, and I like sometimes to make it move to somewhere else. And now we go boom, right, boom, and then the plane keeps on moving a little bit. We'll put a bigger explosion. One, two, boom. And then we'll just put a huge cloud of smoke or something. Take this out. I got another one where planes like going down. Put something like that, or I don't know. Let me see, just put which one do I put now? Okay, I know I end up always with this one. So we can put that doesn't look good. Okay, let's just put this one crashing in there and hold it for 3 or 4 seconds. And if I'm not mistaken, he has another kill. I'm just going to say another kill for Charles Cab. And what I'll do is I'll close in on him. So what I'll do is another kill for Gunner Charles Cab, right? Boom, there you go. So that's kill for him, and we write it down. That was a 110. So he has a 110 now. And now come the Germans to fire, which is the part that is even more tense. So the way we show that is we say that, let's say that the low bandit is going to fire first. Take a shot about 2 seconds. We move the low bandit forward a little bit, and we place this firing symbol here. I don't know why it has this. Get this off. Okay. Okay, place this here. Take it for like 3 seconds. Now we roll, and that's a 12 o'clock low, 5 or 6 hit. So we roll the red die, and he got a 1. Okay. So he too missed. 1, he missed. Oh, wait a second. I forgot to determine if he's an ace or not. Let me see. Most probably won't be an ace. It has to be something other than 4 to 10. Okay, that was not an ace. Okay, so he missed. Now he's going to fly under the bomber like this. 1, 2, boom. Now we make him fly to the other side like this. 1, 2, and now just make him disappear. 1, 2. Okay. Shoot that again because the camera moved too much. 1, 2. There you go. And now this fighter won't come back because he missed. Let's roll to see if this one is an ace or a green pilot. Anything but a 4 through 10. 2. It's a green pilot. So that's good for us. So we get a green pilot. Now what we do is we focus on the German pilot, and we say, here we go, the German fighter is controlled by, a green German pilot. A green German pilot. Maybe I should put names to them, I don't know. And now we zoom out. One, 2, move him a little closer. And now we're gonna put the, oh, now I know why sticker was there for this thing. Okay, okay. Let me, I have some more of the, if I could just find it, right? Be nice. I could find the, use this. Okay. This, we put it here. And we stick this on top of here. This. And then we fire. Right? We roll a die, and it still needs the same 5 or 6, but it's a green pilot, so it's a +1. No, it's actually fighter -1. So he needs 6 actually. And he missed. It's a 3. He missed. So we take off this marker and we say, but he misses. And he continues forward. Flies over our bomber. Sometimes what I do is I just put him like this on the other side. And he leaves. And show a bomber like that. There you go. Boom. And that's the end of that wave. So by finishing that wave, we take this marker out, but we still have another wave to go. See? So a lot of filming here. And so we bring this over here and close in. And we go like this. Show the wave, 1, 2. The second wave. Now makes contact. And then we do the same thing again. Now I'm not going to show you the second wave. I just wanted to show you how that battle is resolved. And basically that's the situation. I think you get an idea how this develops. I may add something at the end, maybe if the bombing is interesting, the anti-aircraft, but it's basically the same dynamics that you've seen. I would get all the footage, put it here on the this program, which is Sony Vegas 11. This is actually the editing footage that I have for this video actually, but I would use the same program for the regular feature. That's it for now. You've gotten a good idea of how I filmed these episodes. So I hope for those of you who are interested in videoing the war games and their playthroughs, I hope it's helpful. I welcome any feedback. I'm always with an attitude of improving what I do. So see you next time, and don't miss episode 10 of B-17, Queen of the Skies.